For months, a small village watched its lifeblood evaporate. The crops withered into dust, and the stone wells hollowed out into echoes. When human effort fails and logic offers no way forward, people stop looking at the ground and start looking at the sky. The village elders called for everyone to gather in the temple courtyard. They decided to stand together and ask the heavens for a downpour. But a look across that crowd revealed a contradiction. Shoulders were slumped, eyes were fixed on the dirt. They were there to ask the sky for water, yet their posture suggested they had already accepted the drought as permanent. This is karmakand, the act of performing a ritual because it is expected, even when you have no expectation that it will actually change your circumstances. As adults, we often build mental defenses against disappointment. We ask for a change, but we spend our total energy preparing for things to stay exactly as they are. 1,000 voices raised in prayer mean very little if the underlying intention is hollow. When doubt blocks the path, the ritual becomes a dead end. The gathering wasn't an act of devotion. Instead, it was just a community going through the empty motions of faith while waiting for the next dry day. On the day of the prayer, the sky was a blinding, cloudless blue, a perfect ceiling of dry air that seemed to mock the idea of rain. Then, in the middle of the courtyard, an anomaly appeared. A young boy walked into the heat holding a bright, fully opened umbrella. Whispers moved through the crowd. Some adults laughed, others shook their heads at the sight of a child carrying rain gear into a heat wave. The elders stopped him. They asked, "In this sun, without a single cloud, why did you bring an umbrella?" The boy looked at them. He didn't share their skepticism or habit of bracing for failure. He said, "I prayed for rain. When it falls, I'm going to get wet, so I brought this to stay dry." The adults were negotiating with a possibility, but the boy was preparing for certainty. That umbrella served a specific purpose. It was physical evidence of expectation. It highlighted a gap in the courtyard. Everyone else was asking for a miracle they didn't actually expect to see. The courtyard went silent. Looking at the boy, the elders realized that their own prayers were just noise because they lacked the one thing the child had, the courage to be prepared. Words and rituals are like mechanical gears. They remain stationary until they are met with a specific catalyst. This childlike devotion, Bal Bhakti, is what shifts a ritual into a living reality. It provides the frequency that allows a request to actually take root. In this law of expectation, hope is the seed that allows a result to grow. Without it, the soil remains dry, no matter how much you talk to the sky. Think about the things you ask for in your own life. The breakthroughs, the second chances, the solutions to your struggles. When you ask for a solution, do you align your life to receive it? Or are you just shouting into the void while keeping your umbrella closed? The ancient wisdom remains. Those who approach with faith find what they seek. True power isn't in the prayer itself, but in the trust that makes you carry the umbrella before the first cloud even appears.